would be more like it if we, in fact, were able to choose freely whatever human being we wanted to marry. And I consider that to be a legitimate possibility and aspiration. And in civilized societies, I believe you can do that. But in a society like this, there is so much loaded meaning in the racial designations that no African American can choose a Euro-American without choosing the race primarily. I don't care what nobody says about love and all that other garbage. That's crap. You are choosing the image first because that's all that you've gotten in this society. You don't know nothing about white people. How you know? All you know is the image. You can't even, the realities that separate the races in this country are so rigorously defined that it would take you a lifetime to penetrate just the social distinctions to get to the real person. You all interact on the basis of your categories because that's what America has done for us. So the problem is this. My concern, you see, the problem is we've already gotten real mixed up physically, biologically, genetically. In fact, it's hard to find anything that even looks too much like a purebred African anymore among African Americans. I mean, just look around. I mean, the rapes that went on here for the last 400 years are well demonstrated. We are all, it doesn't take but a couple of steps in any of our family trees, and we find the slave masters, the slave breeders, the foremen, and all the rest of them. So the biological mixing has been going on a long time. But that's not my problem. The problem that I have is the fact that we run the risk of losing the integrity of a cultural identity that can save humanity. We have the cultural elements. We have the personal, historical, human sensitivity and experiences which can serve as a vehicle for bringing Americans back, bringing the world back to a human consciousness. And that's what I'm afraid that we are going to lose. So the complexion is not nearly a problem. Now, in terms of the local political situation, clearly, as I said a minute ago, that represents what I refer to as an alien self-disorder. When one chooses someone other than oneself in a society where the choice has already been defined as not you, as opposed to your mama, as opposed to your sister, as opposed to anything that represents the best possibilities for yourself. When you consciously choose that, that's a choice of self-rejection. And I see that as being, I've written an article about it. I call that a mental disorder among African Americans. That's a mental problem. That's a very serious mental problem.